Like to go next?
Yeah. Or no, go ahead, go ahead. I want the boys to go first.
Did you say hi to Joey?
Oh, hold on. We'll let him munch on that first. All right, come on up. Sometimes if you have a nice thick bread, it takes a little longer for him to munch on, so we want to make sure we give him that time.
And we're supposed to say hi, Joey?
If you want to, it's very, his eyesight's not great for rhinos, but his hearing is excellent. So he can still see us, but by very gently saying, hello, Jolly, how you doing? It gives him a little more awareness of what is going on around.
Are they only herbivores?
Only herbivores. They do not eat any meat whatsoever. Strictly going to eat plant-based material. Although if you do have a unicorn hat, they might eat differently.
Oh, good.
You're just joking.
I'm just giving you a hard time.
It's like when the donkeys eat your hat.
Yum, yum, yum. Yeah, so fun fact about rhinos, right? And you always, how many toes does he have on his feet? Maybe you can count?
When you go up, just make sure you're paying attention more to
He
the
has
rhino
3
than the
toes,
video.
that's
But yes,
right.
you're more than welcome to make
So
your way
he's
up.
what we call an odd-toed ungulate, or an odd-toed hoofstop. Now, if you've seen the giraffe feet, does anybody know how many toes giraffes have? 2. So we call it an even-toed ungulate. So if you were to look at domestic animals, like animals that you can have as pets, what other animal that you can have on a farm has 2 toes? A cow, that's right. So giraffes are more closely related to cows.
Oh.
What animal on a farm has 1 toe?
You didn't know that.
I'll give you a hint.
Horse?
A horse.
Oh.
So rhinos are more closely related to horses.
Oh, yeah.
We needed the coconuts to do that.
Yeah, we need to coconuts.
Whoa.
Good job. So when we look at our animals here at the zoo, you can look at their toes and see what animal they're more closely related to. Because here at the zoo, we don't always have medications or foods that are strictly for exotic animals. We do have a lot, but not always. So sometimes we have to go to what our next closest domestic relative would be, and we look at what they're closely related to, and then we kind of base stuff off of that. It's kind of interesting, huh?
Another fun fact with his feet, one reason why he's so agile when he can run, is when he walks, you'll see him a little better. His feet don't stay static like ours. His kind of spread out a bit more.
Oh, I see that.
So you kind of see it?
Yeah.
So he puts less pressure on the ground than a 100-pound person in high heels does.
That makes sense.
Because he's able to really distribute his weight all around him, he's not putting a lot of pressure on the ground. Very similar to if you hike in the snow, you know those big snowshoes you wear? That helps you stay above the snow instead of falling straight through it. So it's a very advantageous characteristic for an animal to have to be very light on their feet. Especially thinking when they live in an environment like Africa, there's a lot of predators around. And when they're younger, that is when they're most susceptible to things like lions and hyenas. So mom has to be very protective of her calves. And when they're younger, they have to be very aware of their surroundings and make sure that nothing goes. And